behind it, and it's now available in a select group of IELTS test centres, and it is exactly the same speaking test as you would have in person with an examiner in the same room, except it's on video conferencing. IELTS is the only high stakes test that has a one-to-one speaking element with a human examiner, and that is very important to many test takers and to many recognising organisations. So it has increased accessibility for test takers in that if they are not able to be in a location where there are examiners, they can still go to a test centre and they can take the test where the examiner is either in a different city in the same country or possibly in a different country. So that's provided a bit of flexibility there. The same security procedures are in place. So test takers have to kind of do identity verification, tests are still recorded, so nothing has changed there. And neither has the test itself, so it's still two-way interaction, human examiner, just not in the same room as you. So our response to COVID during COVID-19, IELTS Indicator. So why did we develop IELTS Indicator? It was developed as an interim solution because obviously when the pandemic hit, test centres had to be closed down, and we wanted to provide an interim solution both for test takers wanting to continue their studies and for receiving organisations to be able to predict levels of language of students who were applying to them. And as the name suggests, IELTS Indicator provides an indication of your level, but a very good indication of your level. And I'll talk about that in a moment. The benefits of it, it's an online test that's been taken from your home, wherever you want. You do not have to go into a test centre. It's a great way of gauging the level of your language in the 4 skills. The materials that are used are official IELTS materials, and they are marked using IELTS criteria by qualified IELTS examiners, so the quality is there. It's available in countries where IELTS testing has been suspended or the testing capacity has been compromised due to COVID-19. Results are available within 7 days. So it is a quality test using all the IELTS criteria, but the mark is an indicator. So I suppose the advice here would be that if you're going to take indicator, you need to check whether your institution actually recognises it. But what it does provide you is a good indication of what your language level is. How are we doing during COVID? So, current testing status globally. Total number of centres we have is 405. At the moment, we're running to 87% capacity, which is great, I think. So 352 of those centres are open. There are 4 partially open, and I'll be frank with you, I'm not sure what the 4.5 means. Maybe that's a test, I don't know. But especially in the last few months, colleagues all over the world have been working incredibly hard to get test centres up and running again. And we're nearly to 100%, not quite, but doing incredibly well in the interim. In conclusion, IELTS is a high stakes test of communicative English language proficiency. It uses a real life face-to-face speaking element, which is really important, especially for recognising organisations and also for test takers who want to test their language levels and practice talking using English before they enter the place of study or work they're going to. It covers the entire range of proficiency levels in all 4 skills. So the 9-band scale that I described, across reading, writing, listening and speaking. It provides quality, valid and reliable assessment. Is trusted globally by over 10,000 organisations. The scores have a 2-year validity period, which I think is similar for most high stakes tests, and it offers a free results verification service should you choose to use it. And that is it. I think that's what I have to say about IELTS for now. I'm happy to take any questions. And I shall stop sharing, I think.
Okay, Mina. So we have a question from Liana. Is IELTS indicator as reliable as IELTS?
Thank you, Liana, for that question. Is IELTS indicator as reliable as IELTS? It depends what for. Is it reliable in that it provides you and it tells you what level your English language is? I think so. Reliable in that, whereas IELTS, face-to-face IELTS test, or the paper-based IELTS test, or a computer-delivered test, has additional security features that IELTS indicator doesn't, and it doesn't have them for a reason, is because it's just an interim solution to provide an indication of your score. But because it uses the same questions and materials at IELTS, the same criteria, and it's marked by qualified examiners, the scores are reliable, yes. I hope that answers your question, Liana. Hold on, I'm just reading John's question. Do candidates have a free choice whether they can take the paper computer-based one in normals? Yes, they do, John. They really do. So it really is up to you whether you want to do the computer-based or the paper-based test. In normal circumstances, right? Yeah. Anybody else? John, was there any more to that question, or did I answer it? Sorry. This is great. I think I'm being let off the hook. Oh, great. Thank you, John.